Good morning, everyone. Let me start off with wishing everyone a very happy new year. And I'm going to start the first talk of this year with something which everyone want to follow, which is about biohacking and longevity, right? And our last few years, we have seen a lot of companies focusing on biohacking, via a number of over-the-counter supplements, prebiotics, probiotics, or maybe doing some 100, 200, 500 blood biomarker tests, right? Or maybe, going for so-called gut microbiome DNA test, right? Uh, if you have a lot of stress, if you are having brain fog, if you are gaining weight because of no reason, if you are feeling low energy, fatigue, uh, you cannot climb up stairs, a number of things. So there is multiple issues in various biochemical processes happening inside the body. So rather than going for a normal uh, standard of care diagnostic test, which may tell you have a high level of inflammation or high level of blood sugar, or probably high uric acid, high purines, but you do not know what is causing it, right? Or probably there are a lot of underlying conditions which are not captured by the standard of care diagnostic test. So I'm going to share uh, at least 4 to 5 things here which would help you plan your biohacking journey, in a proper way, in a systematic way. First is understanding your unique biochemistry at a molecular and cellular level. So the problem is if you are facing all these issues, high stress levels, low energy, weight gain, pre-diabetic, brain fog. So there's an issue your mitochondria is not working up to the mark, right? And it is a reason of various, biochemical functions which is triggering inflammation, oxidative stress. You're not getting right kind of nutrients, or your gut microbiome or the oral microbiome are producing certain are processing certain substrate in the foods you're eating into toxin, inflammatory byproducts, which is causing inflammation, which is causing oxidative stress, which is making your mitochondria probably spend more time on sorting out these things rather than doing a repair work or the recovery work, or maybe producing energy more efficiently, right? So the first thing is you have to measure your biochemistry at a molecular, at a cell level. It is not only about gut microbiome, not only about which bacteria is there. You need to focus on what the microbes in your mouth are doing, what the microbes in your gut are doing, uh, what they're producing, how they're interacting with the external environment, how they're interacting with where you are living, the people you are roaming around with, what you are eating, your oral hygiene, your sleep patterns, right? It's not only about 8 hours sleep, it is also about the quality of sleep. Or if you're having insomnia, there are a lot of issues in your oral health as well, right? So first thing is measure your biochemistry at a molecular level. So obviously, we are the only one who in India which measures your biochemistry at molecular and cellular level. So we look at your gut microbiome, we look at your oral microbiome, we look at your mitochondria, right? And again, functions perform these microbes, how oral microbiome is interacting with the gut microbiome, how they're interacting with the other body organs, with the pancreas, with heart, with liver, right? What your mitochondria is doing, what is the level of mitochondrial biogenesis, right? Second thing is here to learn is whether you're consuming foods which have certain molecules which are actually toxic, such as glyphosate, or probably there are certain molecules which is feeding certain proteobacteria, other gram-negative bacteria in your gut, in your mouth, which are uh, synthesizing these molecules into harmful bioproducing toxins. For instance, oxalic acid you could find in spinach, you can find in apple, you can find in almonds, right? Number of green vegetables, and you are told to eat veggies, right? So there are a lot of these fitness community telling eat veggies. What do you mean by veggies, right? So you need to understand what specific vegetables you need, right? Which would be easily metabolized by your microbiome, right? Into something beneficial, not harmful, right? And the first interaction with your food is by microbes in your mouth. So again, we need to understand the activity happening in your mouth. So a lot of things which inflammatory aspects which is happening here. If you're having joint pain, you're having back pain, you're having fatigue, it may be due to inflammatory byproducts produced by the microbes in your mouth. So you also have to focus on your gum health, your oral health, right? And again, right kind of toothpaste, right kind of flossing, avoiding fluoride in toothpaste, in water, right? Again, fluoride interacts with your sleep patterns, right? So you have to see at what toxins you are consuming, or whether your microbiome is converting certain potential harmful substrate into toxic molecule which is causing inflammation, oxidative. For example, I have told you about oxalate. Other could be uh, you know choline can be converted into TMA, which is again increase your risk of heart disease. Endoxyl sulfate, some of the amino acids which could be converted by your microbiome into endoxyl sulfate, right? So that could be harmful, or probably tyrosine, again, another amino acid, could be converted into prednisol, which is again one of the harmful uremic toxin causes chronic kidney and cardiovascular disease, right? So to understand, so just giving you example, you have to understand these, metabolites, harmful metabolites secreted by your microbiome. Focus on your sleep, have good sleep, quality sleep, stress management. You have to not, manage your stress. So probably have something purposeful to be done in life. So probably take up certain challenging initiatives, right? Which gives you a bit of enjoyment, right? Second and the third thing, what is important is there's certain food substrates which are essential to keep your mitochondria healthy, to make your mitochondria make enzymes, membranes, and produce a lot of ATP, right? So we need to have healthy fats, which means saturated fats, right? So you need to have a lot of butter, ghee, coconut oil. Avoid, oil which are high in omega-6, vegetable oils, canola oil, right? All these are bad. Do not think saturated fat as bad. I'll tell you the reason why is because, uh, they have zero double bonds, and they will never react with oxygen to cause oxidative stress, while seed oils do so, right? Even if they are heated at a lower temperature, again they react with oxygen to produce oxidative stress, which is one of the reasons for diabetes and cardiovascular disease as well, right? Have high quality protein in your diet, have good amount of fiber in your diet, and high quality protein. Again, I'm not saying over consume your protein. How you should have protein in your meal. Again, understanding how each of the amino acid is metabolized by your microbiome is very, very important, right? As I gave an example of tryptophan can be converted either into serotonin by your microbiome, or it could be converted into disulfide, which could be harmful, right? So again, so when you are consuming eggs, probably you should be very, very cautious about how your microbiome are interacting with the various substrates in those eggs, right? So these are the third thing, and fourth thing is nitric oxide, right? So again, you have to fix your oral health, because the microbes in your mouth convert inorganic nitrate into nitrite, which mixes with stomach acid to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is an essential signaling molecule. It controls the electron transport chain. It stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, right? It can stimulate PGC1 alpha, which leads to mitochondrial biogenesis. So it not only makes your existing mitochondria efficient, but it also stimulates the mitochondrial biogenesis, producing more mitochondrial parasites, which helps you a better energy utilization, which keep you away from a lot of diseases. It prevents the hypoxic environment, right? So these are the four things. Obviously, the nitric oxide. The fifth and the most important aspect is there are certain, since we have to focus on mitochondria, there are certain molecules which you need to understand, which could stimulate a better mitochondrial function health. For instance, how your microbiome is interacting with Ursolic acid, how it is interacting with histone, which is again found in strawberries. Ursolic acid found in tomato and a lot of guava and a lot of other vegetables, right? And if you know, or whether your microbiome is producing urolithin A, which is again, uh, there's an allergic acid found in pomegranate, right, strawberry, and a lot of these fruits, which can be converted by a gut microbiome into urolithin A. Urolithin A improves your triggers autophagy and improves your mitochondrial function. So focus on these things. Uh, any supplements may or may not work because they are not aligned for your biochemistry. Understand the underlying cause of inflammation, oxidative stress, what is causing you stress, which what is harming, what is making you gain weight, what is causing you back pain in joints, what is causing brain fog, what is causing digestive issues, right? So that is the first step to understand your body, how your body works, how they're interacting with the food you are eating. This is very, very important. In case you want to understand your unique biochemistry, you can explore our products. We sequence your gut microbiome, we sequence your oral microbiome, we analyze your mitochondria, we analyze your gut and oral microbiome functions, we measure their functions, we do not tell you potential, right? We actually measure what they're doing, what they're producing. We can tell you the score of each of the pathways, we can tell you what metabolites are being produced and what sort of intervention in terms of nutrition, supplements, prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics, right? Your body needs right now, what oral hygiene practices your body needs right now to regulate your metabolic homeostasis. Right? So this is just a starting point. I wanted to share this thing as when we during this year, right? This is the starting point, and then probably we will be discussing more about each of these aspects as we move forward. Thanks a lot.